Jana Duggar makes a shocking confession about how often she visits her siblings. The former Counting On star has 18 brothers and sisters. Jana Duggar grew up with her 18 siblings on TLC's 19 Kids and Counting and its spin-off Counting On. Today, however, their relationships aren't as close as they once were. On the March 19 episode of Jana's sister Jana Duggar, Vuolo's podcast with her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, the trio talked about staying connected to their siblings, many of whom are married with families of their own or have moved away from Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar's Arkansas home base. "It's hard," Jana admitted. "I live probably 35-ish minutes from everybody that lives in Arkansas. It's definitely hard to keep up with all the siblings because if we had one sibling over a week, it would take 19 weeks to get through everybody. That's a lot of time that goes by." Unsurprisingly, Joy said that she naturally has closer relationships with some of her brothers and sisters than she does with others. "I think we naturally connect with some more than others," she continued. "Whether it's we go to church together, we'll see them or whatever. And then some of us I'm just really close to a couple of the sister-in-laws, so we see each other quite a bit, and working out together. It is harder to stay connected to everybody, but I feel like we all have a good expectation for everybody," Jana told Jinger and Jeremy. "We don't feel pressure like we have to do this together, or I haven't talked to this person this week." Jana and her husband, Austin Forsyth, are pretty busy with their 3 young children, Gideo, Evelyn, and Gunnar. Every 6 months or so, Joy said she and Austin host one of her siblings at their home. "I have my own family to take care of, and so it's hard to balance how much do I reach out, how much do I not," she confessed. "And I want to spend time with all of the siblings." The Duggars keep counting on, but even daughter Jinger Duggar's memory can't always keep up. "I struggle to remember all the names of the grandkids," Jinger jokingly told her sister Jana on the Wednesday, March 19, episode of her Jinger and Jeremy podcast. "I have most of them down, but there are a couple, and the newer ones, there are more added all the time," she continued. "I feel that pressure like no one else is putting it on me. It's me because when I go back, I'm like, I feel so bad. I didn't get to connect with them. Then it's like, oh, I guess it makes sense." Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar raised their 19 children in Arkansas, which is where most still live with their own families. Jinger, meanwhile, is one of the few Duggar children to leave the nest, ultimately settling with husband Jeremy Vuolo and their 2 daughters in Los Angeles. "We have FaceTime, but I'm not FaceTiming everyone every day," Jinger, who is also pregnant with baby No. 3, explained. "I feel like I FaceTime the older sisters the most. I will stay in contact with them more, and James calls a lot." According to Vuolo, they have to be very intentional about keeping in touch with relatives. When you have little ones, when you've got work, you've got kids, you've got church, or you've got friends, you have to be very intentional about, hey, where's going to spend time here and here, Vuolo said on Wednesday's episode. "Just because you, Joy, live there, there's people here that we live 5 minutes from that we're not going to see and hang out with unless we're like, hey, let's get it on the calendar." Vuolo further noted that everybody's doing their own stuff whenever he and Jinger do make it back to visit Arkansas. "It is cool to see and they love hanging out together, but then they do have their communities," he said. "Not everybody goes to the same church and they have their different church communities. And so when people do come together for a wedding or a meal, it's really fun to catch up and hear what's going on." Jana feels similarly, noting on Wednesday that she doesn't see the extended family as much as she used to. "It is harder to stay connected to everybody, but I feel like we all have a good expectation for everybody," she explained. "We don't feel pressure, like, we have to do this together, or I haven't talked to this person this week. I have my own family to take care of, and so it's hard to balance how much do I reach out and how much do I not. I want to spend time with all of the siblings. Joanna navigates her own journey into adulthood, marriage, and motherhood. She recently opened up about how her relationship with her family has evolved over time. In a candid moment, Joanna revealed that she and her husband, Austin Forsyth, don't spend as much time with her immediate family as they once did. This admission might come as a surprise to fans who are accustomed to seeing the close-knit dynamics of the Duggar clan portrayed on television. For years, viewers watched the siblings support each other through milestones like weddings, births, and even personal challenges. Yet, as Joanna steps further into her role as a wife and mother, it seems her priorities, and perhaps her perspectives, have shifted. The decision to distance themselves slightly from her parents and siblings wasn't framed by Joanna as a reflection of conflict or estrangement, but rather as a natural progression of life. "We're busy building our own family now," she explained thoughtfully. "It's not that we don't love them or cherish the memories we've shared. It's just that life moves forward, and so do relationships." Her words suggest a maturity and understanding that comes with growing older and taking on new responsibilities. For Joanna and Austin, this period of transition began shortly after their whirlwind romance turned into a lifelong commitment. The couple married in May 2017 after meeting at a friend's birthday party, a chance encounter that neither could have anticipated would lead to such a profound connection. Their courtship was brief but intense, culminating in a picturesque wedding ceremony surrounded by loved ones. From the start, it was clear that their bond was strong, rooted in shared beliefs and mutual respect. Since tying the knot, Joanna and Austin have welcomed multiple children into their lives, adding layers of complexity and joy to their daily routines. Parenthood has undoubtedly reshaped their priorities, requiring them to focus heavily on nurturing their young family while balancing work, faith, and community involvement. These demands leave little room for frequent visits or extended stays with her parents and siblings, especially given the geographic distance between their home and the Duggar compound in Arkansas. That said, Joanna emphasized that her love for her family remains unwavering. She spoke fondly of cherished traditions, holiday gatherings, and occasional phone calls that help maintain those vital connections. "Family is still incredibly important to us," she insisted, "but when you're juggling kids, work, church commitments, and everything else, it's hard to find the same amount of time to visit as we used to." Her tone conveyed both nostalgia for the past and acceptance of the present reality. This shift in dynamics also reflects broader changes within the Duggar family itself. Over the years, several of Joanna's siblings have embarked on their own paths, moving away from Arkansas to pursue careers, start families, or explore opportunities beyond what their hometown offered. While some remain deeply involved in the family business or ministry efforts led by Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, others have chosen different lifestyles altogether. This dispersion has naturally altered the frequency of interactions among the siblings, though many continue to prioritize staying connected despite the physical distances. Interestingly, Joanna's comments align with a common theme experienced by many adults who grow up in large families: the challenge of maintaining close ties as individual lives unfold. As children leave the nest, marry, and establish households of their own, the dynamic shifts from constant proximity to periodic reunions. It's a universal phenomenon, albeit magnified in cases like the Duggars, where sheer numbers make regular get-togethers logistically challenging. Austin, too, plays a significant role in shaping their current lifestyle. Raised outside the Duggar orbit, he brings his own set of values and experiences to their partnership. Together, they blend elements of both worlds to create a home environment that feels distinctly theirs. Though Austin has embraced many aspects of the Duggar tradition, including participating in family events and adhering to certain religious principles, he also contributes fresh perspectives that enrich their marriage and parenting approach. One area where Joanna and Austin appear particularly aligned is their dedication to instilling strong moral foundations in their children. Like her parents before her, Joanna places great importance on teaching her kids about faith, kindness, and responsibility. However, she acknowledges that their methods may differ slightly from the rigid structure she grew up with. "We want our children to know God's love above all else," she shared. "But we also recognize that every family is unique, and what worked for my parents might not be exactly right for us." This willingness to adapt and evolve speaks volumes about Joanna's growth as an individual. No longer simply Jim Bob and Michelle's daughter, she is carving out her identity as a devoted wife, mother, and member of her local community. Her reflections underscore the delicate balance between honoring one's roots and forging ahead with new dreams and aspirations. Of course, navigating these transitions hasn't been without its challenges. Joanna admitted there have been moments of adjustment, particularly when it comes to managing expectations, both her own and those of her extended family. "There's always going to be pressure to live up to certain ideals," she acknowledged. "But at the end of the day, Austin and I have to do what's best for our family, even if it means making choices that look different from what others expect." Despite these occasional tensions, Joanna remains optimistic about the future. She expressed gratitude for the lessons learned during her childhood and the enduring love that binds her family together. At the same time, she embraces the freedom to chart her course, confident that her decisions are guided by faith and a deep desire to honor God in all things. Looking ahead, Joanna hopes to strike a harmonious balance between old and new. She envisions more intentional visits with her parents and siblings, creating meaningful memories without feeling overwhelmed by obligations. Technology, too, has become a valuable tool for staying connected, allowing her to share updates, photos, and videos with loved ones no matter where they are. Ultimately, Joanna's story serves as a reminder that life is a journey marked by change and adaptation. Whether navigating the complexities of fame, faith, or family, she exemplifies resilience and grace in the face of evolving circumstances. As she and Austin continue to build their legacy, one thing is certain: their love for each other and their commitment to raising a godly family will remain at the heart of everything they do. While fans may miss seeing the Duggar siblings together as often as they once were, Joanna's openness offers a refreshing glimpse into the realities of adult life. By sharing her experiences, she not only humanizes the iconic family name, but also inspires others to embrace their unique paths with courage and conviction. After all, true fulfillment lies not in clinging to the past, but in embracing the beauty of growth, transformation, and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Joy Duggar Forsyth, the youngest of the famous Duggar family from TLC's * 19 Kids and Counting *, has always been in the spotlight. Known for her bubbly personality and infectious smile, Joy has grown into a confident young woman who is navigating life with grace and determination. In recent interviews, she opened up about her thoughts on having 19 kids like her parents, returning to reality TV, embracing modern fashion trends such as wearing pants, and much more. Her candid revelations offer insight into how she balances staying true to herself while exploring new horizons. Being part of one of America's most well-known large families comes with its own set of challenges and blessings. As the youngest child of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, Joy often found herself at the center of attention due to the unique dynamics of her upbringing. The Duggars are known for their strict adherence to conservative Christian values, which include modesty, homeschooling, and a strong emphasis on faith and family. With 18 older siblings, Joy grew up surrounded by love, but also faced the pressure that comes with living under constant public scrutiny. When asked if she would ever consider having 19 children of her own, Joy admitted it's not something she envisions for her future. While she deeply respects her parents' decision to build such a large family, she believes every couple should make choices based on what works best for them. "I think my mom and dad did an incredible job raising all of us," Joy said, "but I don't feel called to have that many kids. I'd love to have a smaller family, maybe 2 or 3, and focus on giving each child individual attention." Her perspective reflects a shift in priorities compared to her parents' generation. For Joy, quality time and personalized care outweigh quantity when it comes to parenthood. This mindset highlights her ability to appreciate her roots while carving out her own path. The Duggar family became household names thanks to their hit show *19 Kids and Counting*. However, after several years off the air, fans have wondered whether the Duggars might return to television. Joy addressed this topic during her interview, acknowledging both the pros and cons of being back in the limelight. "I loved being on the show because it gave people a glimpse into our lives and allowed us to share our faith," Joy explained. "But there were definitely moments where it felt overwhelming. You're constantly aware of the cameras, and sometimes you lose a sense of privacy." Despite these challenges, Joy expressed openness to potentially returning to reality TV, but only under certain conditions. She emphasized the importance of authenticity and ensuring that any project aligns with her personal values. "If we do come back, I want it to be real and meaningful, not just for entertainment," she stated. "Our family has gone through so much over the years, and I think sharing those experiences could help others going through similar struggles. One thing is clear: Joy understands the power of storytelling and recognizes the impact media can have on audiences. Whether or not the Duggars reunite for another season remains uncertain, but Joy's thoughtful approach suggests she wouldn't take such a step lightly. Perhaps one of the most talked about aspects of Joy's evolution is her embrace of modern fashion. Traditionally, the Duggar women adhered to a modest dress code consisting primarily of long skirts and dresses. However, Joy has recently experimented with wearing pants, a bold move within her community. "I've always believed in dressing modestly, but I realized that doesn't mean I have to limit myself to skirts all the time," Joy shared. "Pants can be modest too, depending on how they fit and what you pair them with. It's about feeling comfortable and confident in your own skin." This decision marks a significant departure from the rigid expectations placed on her as a member of the Duggar family. By choosing to wear pants, Joy is challenging outdated norms and asserting her independence. Unsurprisingly, her choice has sparked mixed reactions among fans and critics alike. Some applaud her courage, while others question whether she's straying too far from her upbringing. For Joy, though, this isn't about rebellion, it's about growth. "I'm still the same person I've always been," she insisted. "My faith and values haven't changed, but I've learned that it's okay to adapt and try new things, as long as they align with who I am." At the heart of Joy's journey lies a delicate balance between honoring tradition and embracing modernity. Raised in a household steeped in conservative beliefs, she has spent years grappling with questions about identity and purpose. Yet, rather than rejecting her past entirely, Joy chooses to integrate elements of her upbringing with newfound perspectives. Take, for example, her views on dating and marriage. Like many of her siblings, Joy followed courtship practices rooted in biblical principles. She married Austin Forsyth in 2015 after a whirlwind romance documented on *Counting on*. Today, the couple shares 2 adorable children, Ryder and Crew, and continues to prioritize their relationship above all else. "Marriage takes work," Joy acknowledged. "Austin and I have had our ups and downs, but we've learned to communicate openly and support each other no matter what. That's something I'll always value, regardless of changing societal norms." Similarly, Joy remains committed to her faith despite questioning some of the stricter rules imposed during her childhood. She attends church regularly, prays daily, and strives to instill Christian values in her kids. At the same time, she encourages open dialogue and critical thinking, a stark contrast to the sheltered environment she once inhabited. As Joy looks toward the future, she radiates optimism and excitement. From pursuing entrepreneurial ventures to expanding her family, she's eager to explore opportunities that align with her passions and goals. One area she's particularly passionate about is mental health awareness. Having witnessed firsthand the struggles faced by loved ones, Joy hopes to use her platform to reduce stigma and promote healing. "I know firsthand how hard it can be to deal with anxiety, depression, or trauma," she confessed. "It's something I've seen in my own family, and I want to let people know they're not alone. Seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness." In addition to advocacy work, Joy dreams of writing a book someday. She envisions it as a blend of memoir and self-help, offering readers practical advice alongside inspiring anecdotes from her life. "There's so much I've learned along the way," she reflected. "If sharing my story can encourage even one person to keep going, then it'll be worth it." Jana Duggar Forsyth's reflections reveal a woman who is unafraid to evolve while remaining grounded in her core beliefs. Whether discussing her thoughts on having 19 kids, contemplating a return to reality TV, or embracing fashion freedom, she approaches each topic with honesty and thoughtfulness. Her willingness to challenge conventions without abandoning her roots serves as a testament to her resilience and maturity. Ultimately, Joy's journey reminds us that growth doesn't require rejecting the past. It's about finding harmony between who you were, who you are, and who you aspire to become. And for Joy, the possibilities seem endless. Jana Duggar's wedding day was a celebration that blended the grandeur of tradition with an intimate, heartfelt touch. The event, which took place on a crisp autumn afternoon in northwest Arkansas, drew together 500 guests from all corners of the country to witness the union between Jana and her now husband, Michael. For anyone familiar with the Duggar family's prominence in reality television through their TLC show *19 Kids and Counting*, it might seem surprising to hear such a gathering described as small. Yet for this famously large family, known for their sprawling household and devout Christian values, the occasion carried a special intimacy despite its scale. The venue itself set the tone for the day, a picturesque outdoor setting framed by rolling hills and vibrant fall foliage. A white tent adorned with twinkling string lights stood at the center of the property, providing shelter while allowing attendees to bask in the natural beauty surrounding them. Inside, long wooden tables were dressed in soft ivory linens and decorated with simple yet elegant floral arrangements featuring sunflowers and baby's breath, an homage to both simplicity and elegance. Each detail spoke to the couple's desire for authenticity over extravagance, creating an atmosphere where love and faith took precedence over pomp and circumstance. As guests arrived, they were greeted by cheerful ushers who handed out programs detailing not just the order of service, but also personal notes from Jana and Michael about their journey to marriage. This thoughtful gesture underscored the theme of connection running throughout the ceremony, connecting two families, connecting friends old and new, and most importantly, connecting hearts bound by shared beliefs and mutual respect. It wasn't merely about numbers or spectacle. Rather, every aspect aimed to foster genuine relationships among those present, ensuring each person felt seen and valued within the larger community coming together to celebrate this sacred bond. For Jinger Vuolo and Jana Forsyth, sisters of the bride, the day held profound significance beyond mere familial duty. Both women had walked down similar paths before, experiencing their own weddings amidst the spotlight cast by being part of one of America's most recognized families, and thus understood intimately the unique blend of joy and pressure that accompanies such events. As they prepared alongside Jana, helping adjust her veil and offering words of encouragement, there was a palpable sense of solidarity among the siblings. They shared knowing smiles, reminiscing about past ceremonies, while anticipating what lay ahead for Jana. Reflecting later on the experience, Duggar expressed how deeply moved she was by witnessing another sister embark on this life-changing journey. "There's something so beautiful about seeing someone you've grown up with step into this new chapter," she mused, her voice tinged with emotion. She recounted moments during the preparation when laughter erupted spontaneously, easing any lingering nerves, and how these instances reinforced the unbreakable bond they share. Joanna echoed similar sentiments, emphasizing the importance of supporting each other through significant milestones. "We're not just sisters, we're best friends," she stated firmly. "Being here today isn't just about celebrating Jana, it's about standing beside her as she makes vows that will shape the rest of her life." Her eyes glistened as she recalled holding Jana's hand tightly right before walking down the aisle, whispering reassurances that everything would be perfect because, ultimately, it wasn't about perfection but authenticity. Their reflections highlighted more than just nostalgia or sentimentality. They underscored a deeper understanding of the role family plays in shaping individual lives. In many ways, attending Jana's wedding served as a reminder of their collective growth, from children navigating the complexities of fame to adults forging their own paths, rooted in faith and love. For Duggar and Joanna, the event was less about observing traditions and more about participating actively in building memories that would sustain them individually and collectively moving forward. Throughout the ceremony, various elements reflected the deep-rooted values and traditions cherished by the Duggar family. Central to these was the emphasis on faith, evident in every aspect of the proceedings. The officiant began with a prayer, invoking divine blessings upon the couple, setting a reverent tone for the vows that followed. These vows, crafted personally by Jana and Michael, intertwined promises of love and commitment with scriptural references, reinforcing their belief that marriage is not only a union of two individuals, but also a covenant under God's watchful eye. Music played a pivotal role in enhancing the spiritual ambiance of the day. A choir comprising close friends and family members performed hymns that resonated with the congregation, their harmonious voices lifting spirits and drawing everyone into a shared moment of worship. Traditional hymns like "Amazing Grace" and "How Great Thou Art" filled the air, each note echoing the couple's devotion and gratitude. The choice of music was deliberate, aiming to create an atmosphere where the presence of the divine felt almost tangible. Cultural traditions also found expression in subtle yet meaningful ways. The exchange of rings, a universal symbol of eternal love, was accompanied by a brief explanation of its significance within Christian matrimonial customs. Additionally, a unity candle ceremony was conducted, where Jana and Michael lit a single flame together, symbolizing the merging of their lives and families. This act, witnessed by all present, served as a visual representation of the couple's pledge to support and cherish one another through life's journey. Each of these elements, the prayers, personalized vows, traditional hymns, and symbolic rituals, was meticulously woven into the fabric of the ceremony. Together, they created a tapestry rich in meaning, reflecting the Duggar family's commitment to preserving their heritage while embracing the sanctity of marriage as ordained by their faith. Through these carefully chosen aspects, the ceremony not only celebrated the union of Jana and Michael, but also honored the timeless values that have guided the Duggar family through generations. As the newlyweds made their way to the reception area, the transition from solemn vows to jubilant celebration was seamless. Guests were ushered into a beautifully transformed space, where twinkling fairy lights draped elegantly over rustic wooden beams created an enchanting canopy above. The decor mirrored the understated elegance of the ceremony, with tables adorned in soft cream linens and centerpieces of wildflowers and greenery. Each table bore a small sign with a Bible verse, subtly integrating the day's spiritual undertones into the festive atmosphere. The evening commenced with a grand entrance by Jana and Michael, who were greeted by thunderous applause and cheers. Their first dance, set against the backdrop of a live band playing a classic love ballad, captivated everyone's attention. The couple glided gracefully across the floor, their movements synchronized as if choreographed by fate itself. Following this, speeches began, starting with heartfelt words from both sets of parents. They spoke of enduring love, shared sacrifices, and the joy of seeing their children find happiness together. Dinner followed, a lavish spread featuring Southern comfort foods, a nod to the family's roots. Fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and collard greens sat alongside gourmet options like filet mignon and seared salmon, catering to diverse palates. Dessert was a highlight, with a towering wedding cake surrounded by assorted pies and pastries, inviting guests to indulge freely. Throughout the meal, laughter and conversation buzzed around the room, punctuated occasionally by spontaneous bursts of song, led by impromptu groups forming at different tables. Later, the dance floor became the epicenter of fun, pulsating with energy as the DJ spun tracks ranging from contemporary hits to timeless classics. Young and old alike joined in, swaying and twirling under the starlit sky recreated indoors. Special dances included the father-daughter and mother-son routines, each imbued with personal touches that tugged at heartstrings. Amidst the revelry, photo booths captured candid moments, ensuring memories would last beyond the night. A surprise fireworks display marked the crescendo of the evening, lighting up the darkened sky with brilliant colors. As sparks rained down, guests gathered outside, faces aglow with wonder and delight. This spectacular finale encapsulated the essence of the day, joy bursting forth in vibrant hues, mirroring the radiant future awaiting Jana and Michael. In reflecting on Jana Duggar's wedding, it becomes clear that the true measure of its success lies not in its size or scale, but in the overwhelming sense of love and community it fostered. Despite hosting 500 guests, the event retained an intimate aura, thanks largely to the careful integration of personal touches and shared values central to the Duggar family ethos. The warmth exuded by each attendee, coupled with the palpable joy radiating from Jana and Michael, underscored the notion that even large gatherings can feel profoundly personal when rooted in genuine connections. This balance between grandeur and intimacy holds valuable lessons for others planning their own nuptials. First, prioritizing meaningful interactions over elaborate displays ensures that celebrations remain centered on what truly matters: relationships and shared experiences. By incorporating elements that reflect personal stories and beliefs, couples can create environments where guests feel genuinely included and appreciated. Secondly, allowing traditions and cultural practices to guide festivities adds layers of depth and authenticity, making events memorable not just for their aesthetics, but for their emotional resonance. Ultimately, Jana and Michael's wedding exemplifies how blending scale with sincerity can result in unforgettable occasions. Whether through heartfelt speeches, symbolic rituals, or simply taking time to connect with each guest, infusing personal significance into every aspect transforms any celebration into a cherished milestone. Thus, future brides and grooms might consider focusing less on external impressiveness and more on cultivating spaces where love, faith, and fellowship flourish naturally, an approach sure to leave lasting impressions long after the final toast has been raised. Katie Duggar, a name synonymous with family values and wholesome living, has once again captured the public's attention. Known for her role as one of the beloved daughters from the famous Duggar family of TLC's *19 Kids and Counting*, Katie continues to be a source of fascination for fans who follow her life closely. Recently, speculation has been swirling about whether she is planning to expand her own brood even further. With 4 children already under her belt, could baby number 5 be on the horizon? While no official announcement has surfaced yet, subtle hints and observations have sparked conversations among her followers. For those unfamiliar with Katie's journey thus far, she married her husband, Derek Dillard, in 2015 after meeting him during an overseas mission trip. The couple quickly became favorites within the Duggar fanbase due to their genuine love story and shared commitment to faith-based living. Together, they've built a beautiful family that includes their 4 adorable children: Israel David, Samuel Frederick, Annalyn Joy, and Ezra Benjamin. Each child carries meaningful names inspired by biblical figures or personal sentiments, reflecting Katie and Derek's deep-rooted Christian beliefs. Over the years, Katie has openly discussed her views on parenting and family dynamics. She often emphasizes the importance of creating a nurturing environment where each child feels valued and loved. Her social media platforms are filled with snapshots of everyday moments, family meals, homeschooling sessions, outdoor adventures, that paint a picture of a close-knit household thriving on mutual respect and affection. Despite the challenges that come with raising multiple children, Katie radiates joy and contentment, making it clear how much she cherishes motherhood. Recently, however, eagle-eyed fans have begun noticing signs that suggest Katie might be preparing for another addition to her growing family. One key indicator lies in her Instagram posts. Over the past few months, she has shared several photos showcasing cozy nurseries, baby clothes, and playful captions hinting at new beginnings. While these could simply reflect her interest in sharing parenting tips or reminiscing about earlier days with her kids, some believe there's more to the story. Could these posts be subtle breadcrumbs leading up to a big reveal? Another clue comes from Katie's recent interviews and public appearances. In a podcast episode recorded just weeks ago, she spoke candidly about her dreams of having a large family. When asked if she felt fulfilled with her current number of children, Katie paused thoughtfully before responding, "I truly believe every child is a blessing from God. If He grants us more, we will welcome them with open arms." Though her words were measured, they left room for interpretation, fueling rumors that she may indeed be expecting, or at least hoping, for baby number 5. Her husband, Derek, hasn't remained silent on the matter either. During a live Q&A session on YouTube, he playfully dodged questions about expanding their family but couldn't hide his trademark grin when pressed for details. "Let's just say we're always praying for God's guidance," he said, adding cryptically, "Stay tuned." This response only added fuel to the fire, leaving fans eagerly awaiting what might come next. Beyond social media teasers and vague statements, Katie's lifestyle choices also seem to align with someone preparing for another pregnancy. Friends close to the couple report that Katie has been focusing heavily on maintaining a healthy diet and exercise routine, a hallmark habit among women trying to conceive. Additionally, sources claim she's been researching natural remedies and holistic approaches to support fertility, which she's known to advocate for based on her previous pregnancies. Of course, not everyone is convinced that Katie is actively pursuing another child right now. Some argue that her frequent mentions of family planning are merely reflective of her personality and values, rather than concrete plans. After all, as a devout Christian and advocate for pro-life principles, it makes sense that she would express openness to welcoming more children whenever God sees fit. Others point out that raising 4 young kids is already a full-time job, and Katie might simply be enjoying this phase of her life without rushing into another pregnancy. Still, the possibility of baby number 5 remains tantalizing for many reasons. For starters, Katie's ability to balance motherhood with other responsibilities, such as managing a blog, filming YouTube videos, and staying active in her church community, is nothing short of impressive. Watching her navigate yet another chapter of parenthood would undoubtedly inspire countless fans who look up to her as a role model. Moreover, seeing how her older children adapt to becoming big siblings once again promises to provide heartwarming content that resonates deeply with viewers. If Katie does decide to embark on this new journey, it wouldn't be surprising given her track record. From the moment she tied the knot with Derek, she has embraced the joys and challenges of building a legacy rooted in faith, love, and tradition. Whether through candid discussions about marriage, heartfelt reflections on faith, or practical advice for fellow parents, Katie has consistently demonstrated her willingness to share her experiences authentically. Adding another child to the mix would simply be an extension of the values she holds dear. In the meantime, fans can only speculate and wait patiently for any official confirmation. Until then, Katie's life serves as a reminder of the beauty found in embracing uncertainty and trusting in divine timing. Regardless of whether baby number 5 arrives soon or remains a distant dream, one thing is certain: Jana Duggar will continue inspiring others with her unwavering optimism, resilience, and devotion to her family. And isn't that what truly matters most?